everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will be all about the turnovers. The Steelers are #1 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against the Seahawks team that knows they have to take care of the ball. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, here's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week, and boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And down inside the 15 he goes. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Pass incomplete. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Cameron Hayward is a defensive lineman, but many of us, especially guys of my vintage, remember his father, Craig Ironhead Hayward, who was a running back. I think Cameron decided he'd rather hit people than be hit.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On his Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 54 yards. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now back to throw. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down. And a look at Seattle's defense.
When you say the name Richard Sherman, you get a wide variety of reactions. All I know is that when I watch him play, very few false steps, and excellent understanding of what offenses are trying to do.
Out left side here to Bryant. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Martavis Bryant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Second down following the incompletion. Brown, the lone receiver, left. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. And that'll bring up a 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to find Green. A good pickup there at 22.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Sammy Coates has it complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Bell, and he's going to take this one down to the 25. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A screen to Bell. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to the right here to Wilson. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Seahawks a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Flushed out right. Now, wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Third and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. Wilson will throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Brought in by Coates. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run it with Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it. Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle, whether it's the nose or the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now the rookie's free. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It's a gain of 14 there, and the Steelers are going to have a first down. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Out left side here to Bryant. The 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll try and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out with one back and three tight ends. They'll try and run it in with Bell. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Their big tight end, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. That one goes for 24 yards. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On 2nd down, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire...
And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Goes underneath for Bell. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They've got great field position, obviously, to start this drive. Tie game. Do you maybe go a little riskier here with that great field position?
I think some guys look.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy. Exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down following the run. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
So times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. On 2nd down, Wilson. And to the left side here, Wilson. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. From the gun on third down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
And now out come the Steelers. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd and short. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. On is Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Let's go!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now Wilson on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down, and they're going to go soft on the corners. Now Wilson down around his goal line, surveying the field, trying to lay one up deep, and incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
No. Check. Patriot.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Here we go now.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this one caught by Coates. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that's going to tie the ball game at 27-all. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Second down now after the pass completion. On second down, Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Back now in Pittsburgh. Brown, the lone receiver, left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players. Jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now it's Wilson, and it's caught over the middle. Wilson, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So 2nd and 10 here. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll set up a throw. Out left side here to Bryant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He'll get the football here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down, if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Brown, the lone receiver, left. There's Wilson to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. To throw again is Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 23 yards on the play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. And on the ground they go with the running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. And they'll get up and spike it right at 40 seconds to go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. He's back to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And see the big fella. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the All-Pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory.